Good morning, Britain. Russell Brand faces more claims. Do you know you had that? For us a little bit.
But I'm clear.
You know, Meghan does not want to speak to you. She doesn't want you to see the grandchildren. Any way that I can get through to her.
That's right. The only platform.
Before he dies. And this is a last-ditch attempt to say to Meghan, please, let me see my grandchildren.
Yeah, conciliation. That's that. I mean,
properly and deliberately, and I don't think he features in her thoughts. I mean, I think it's so sad because they obviously are sort of single parent to her. But I
do come across these people from time
to the change, and the focus will be on education. It says you can drive at 30.
Well, then you're entitled to think that you can.
A clip where you and Judy rape allegations in California.
Yeah. This is the woman being known.
There's a lot of discussion online about this, apart from the idea that he's being targeted by these concerns over the pandemic and vaccines and all of nonsense. The question that people ask, and I think it's worth discussing, is why it takes 10 years for women to go public, and of course they're not, and why they didn't go to the police. And I would say that it's because it is a proper battle. If these allegations are true, of course he denies them, but the women... Good morning, Britain. It's just gone 6 o'clock. It's annoying, isn't it, when people come back from holiday and you say to them, you brought the rain with you, but I'm afraid you brought the rain with you.
I'm now.
Yes?
We got there for our last... I'll tell you what, if you've had it, and a few people in the studio have, it's a nasty variant, this new one.
Roller, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or you just
because you feel down, you can barely move, you know. Only tested clear 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But, ruined the holiday. Never mind.
Oh, anyway, well, good to have you back.
Good to be back.
And the last time that Thomas Markle did an interview on Good Morning Britain, we did the interview with him.
Yes.
And I remember you saying to him at the beginning of the interview, why do you keep
doing this?
Speaking out? And yet you keep doing these interviews.
What did he say? I can't remember.
He said then, because it's the only not see his grandchild. So he's...
Well, what is he, 79?
Before I die.
And I think we can take it at face value. I don't think he's putting it on. I mean, he is ill. It's at the very least confusing. We should put the the lawyer,
the
and ask
motorist
him,
lawyer,
professional opinion. Let's see if we can get you a bit of advice before the end of the show. What happens if it's actually a 20, but it still says 30, or there are conflicting signs? One says 20, one says 30.
Yes.
Do you have a case if you do over 20?
Yeah, 20 points. But police say the response will be proportionate and reasonable while drivers get usation for the first 12 months.
12 months?
Yes. So you've got a whole year of saying...
To reset your
I didn't realise. But they do have to take the 30 off the roads, don't they? Because if you're driving...
Well, let's ask Nick. He'll tell us.
Right. Meanwhile, be careful, because it has been very, very rainy. Kept me awake last night.
I must say, I was with my wife, Mrs. Judy. I was still in France on Saturday night, but I managed to get to it. I managed to wangle it to get to a TV, to get a Brit signal to see this guy. Because Saturday nights have got a lot more glamorous. Strictly's back. Couldn't miss the opening episode. It was absolutely fantastic. Moving pretty well.
I know.
What started then? You would have been what?
It was 21 years.
It's not on your radar. So it didn't really...
What do your kids think about it, Christian? One will ask you, is the stress...
looking forward to doing, and what dance are you most dreading? For me...
You're properly... It's great.
Just gone 8 o'clock. That means it's a little bit over time for the weather with Laura.